Yeah, she's discovering herself.
So much for Jesus. Is that Megu?
Yeah.
Is that Megu?
No.
Is that Megu?
Yeah.
Was that Manass?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
World Championship Cinema. What the world is listening to.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of World Championship Cinema. I'm your host, Diego, and with me is...
Osama.
Osama. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Pretty excited, you know. I'm glad I get to, watch this movie with you. I know you're, a huge, for me, personally, I'm you're a wrestler, and then, also a huge mark, you know what I mean? That knows what he's talking about, so I knew it was going to be a blast just to watch, it's a pretty ridiculous movie. So.
What am I a huge mark of?
Wrestling.
Oh, okay. You're accusing me of being a mark of, porno.
I'm smart, not a very good joke.
Is there a term for, porn marks?
Yes.
What are they called?
Most men. See, I'm on point now, right? We got the juices flowing.
Oh man, can I tell you? I went to a porno convention with Rich a few years ago,
and
Exotica, yeah, Exotica, yeah. And there was literally a dude just walking around with the WCW belt on his shoulders, just walking around the convention, not stopping any tables, just walking around with the belt. And I'm like, what's the goal here? Do you think one of these porno chicks are gonna be like? You're world champion? Let me suck that world championship dick.
I mean,
what the fuck goes through men's minds? But anyway,
no, you know what's funny? I could totally imagine for him, it was not one chick acknowledged it, but definitely every other moment, there was probably a dude
good belt, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I think you know this. I hate when I see fans. Oh. That's the other podcast that we're doing after this. I hate when I see wrestling fans with belts.
Yeah, you've made it very
if you have a belt to own, I get it. That's it's cool. It's a cool prop. But when you have the belt and you're walking with it like you're the fucking champion, that's the line for me. Our boy, he has a belt, and he with this belt, he's using it. He's getting autographs every world champion that he can. Boom, autograph that belt. I'm like, you know what? That's fucking dope. But if he was walking around Journal Square with the belt like he's a champion, I'll probably end our friendship right then and there. So anyway, on that happy note of porn belt mutants, what are we reviewing today?
We're reviewing, from
or discussing. This is not a review show. We're a discussion show.
Okay.
I feel like to review.
You said review.
I know, I fucked up. That was my bad. I feel like if you review something, I feel like you have to be an expert on it. And
what do you mean? We're at least I'm a fucking expert. I bought the shit. I own it.
No, but I'm an expert on movie making. Whatever the subject is. This is movies. I'm not an expert in movie making. I do make my shitty indie stuff, but if I was an expert, I'd be getting paid for it. But anyway, so what movie are we discussing today?
Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Glow? No.
No.
No. Mr. Expert of your movie.
I was so ready. You heard me too, dude. This is the second time today. Oh my god. All right, so. Oh man, yo, foot in mouth. No worries though. How was this?
This kind of reminds me of this time a long time ago where we were driving and you were so sure where we were at.
I was gonna say, you ever had a moment where you're like, listen, I'm gonna show you something great, right? To somebody, you're like, you know what, I got you, buddy, and then you completely fuck it up, and then yeah, I think you know. But actually, how about this? I got you right now.
There we go.
We'll do that question over, but let me go ahead. Let me ask you. So, hey, you know what? I wanted to show you this movie. What was the movie we got to watch today?
Beauty Wrestlers Down for the Count.
Wasn't even close, I was. I wasn't even close.
No, you were not.
But, yeah, I mean, what do you think about it? Honestly, I do want to know.
Okay, so
And then how about this? From a movie aspect and then from a wrestling fan aspect.
Yeah, because obviously being an exploitation film, my expectation levels were pretty on the floor. I was expecting, just I really didn't. I was expecting, to be honest, just like 65 minutes of just lesbian scenes, and a lot of me just staring at you, going, he got me, he got me good.
Good rib, Billy.
Yeah, good rib. Way to fucking sync the podcast. But the plot, if you took all the sex stuff out, and it was just, if it was just a basic like 80s sex comedy like Revenge of the Nerds, it holds up. Like for like an 80s sex comedy, it could have done a little bit more comedy on purpose, but it was also very educational. Today I learned what phimosis is, and that I need to see a doctor.
Like, oh, that's what it was.
That's what that is. That's why it burns when I pee.
So let's definitely, like, we could jump into that, but we'll definitely have to talk about it,
of course.
And so yeah, from a movie aspect, it is just like it's like, because I don't want to say cookie cutter, just because I feel like the plot of it being like around wrestling does like add a whole spice to it, and then for all the like it's an exploitation film, so there is a lot of like sex scenes, explicit nudity, just for the sake of it, right? Just filling up time. But actually, kind of, they do put some respect on the craft, and like where I feel like they respect it enough.
In movie making, because virtually every character had a backstory, every character had a goal, which a lot of movies do not do. They're just like, you're just gonna be the funny black guy, black, or you're gonna be the fucking tech nerd. There's at least, all right, most of the characters had, a goal in mind, which was what makes characters. So what makes characters human. So I'm gonna give this movie like props for that. My main gripes of this movie were the shitty ropes they used in the class. I'm like, those ropes are terrible. Like those are dangerous, not safe. Like inside baseball here, like when we were at the dojo, like it was basically, Shibata was like, when he was teaching us how to like kind of run the ropes, it was basically safe, not safe. Like safe way to run the ropes, the not safe way to run the ropes. And watching this movie, a lot of not safe. So I'm very disappointed there. How did you discover this movie? That's a good question.
So, what happened was that I found this site that Sloppy Second Sales, and basically what they do is they just there's a plug, right?
Go to Sloppy Second Sales, put in promo code Osama, and get 0% off.
Yeah, just get error code. But so that site, basically what it does is they take a bunch of movies, like indie movies, exploitation films, stuff that's like just not printed, whatever the case may be, right? They make it in Blu-ray format. Big fan of physical media. And then like first time I make a purchase on the site, I was like, okay, let me maximize on the free delivery, all that shit. Let me make a big order. Yeah. And then this was one of those movies where I kind of went in blind, where I looked through the exploitation catalog, and then I saw this movie, I read the synopsis, and I was like, okay, weird enough, fuck it, that's like, this is almost like a grab bag, like, hey, look, Japanese wrestling, like Japanese movie, female wrestling, you know what, that's enough for me. This Venn diagram will be fun enough. And it was that cover, and I was like, oh, well, I guess if you want to show it off.
Yeah, so this is the cover of that he's seen, and to me it looks like nothing like the movie, to be honest.
To be fair, yes.
But this, I think, was the official cover that I've been using in our promos for this podcast. So yeah, so that's how you found it, through this website, Sloppy Seconds.
Yeah, Sloppy Second Sales.
Sloppy. That's a hilarious name. Sloppy Second Sales.
And so basically, and then when I watched it, I really wasn't ready for all that, like all the pornographic scenes, to be fair. So just going into that movie, that is a disclaimer where it's like, yeah, no, most definitely has those scenes, but again, also with like just an 80s comedy vibe. But how about this? And then you said from a wrestling aspect, the only thing that really bothered you was like, well, just the ropes, right? Yeah.
But the story was good, it was like a reverse Rocky, where the nerd, I should have given this quick disclaimer early on, even though we're already halfway through. I didn't learn anybody's names, so which is the norm with this podcast. Like when we did Baywatch, even though I should have known The Rock's character is Mitch Buchanan from the movie Baywatch, but I just The Rock, Zac Efron's character, Zac Efron, the blonde chick, etc., etc. But so yeah, the nerd was kind of like Adrian, and Megu was kind of like Rocky.
Yeah.
And just like, except in Rocky, he got his super strength not from tampons but from suppositories.
You know, I was really ready for something like actually like I was like, you gave that pause. I was like training, hard work, dedication. Then you said suppositories, and I was like, I'll let him cook. All right. Go ahead.
You're on that island by yourself.
I was like, my man, I know it's supposed to be yes and I definitely was like, I'm ready for the rest.
I was trying to think of something to stick up the arse, and I was like, suppository ?
But yeah, no, it definitely is. Yeah, like a reverse Rocky, I guess, you know, or gender swap. Better way of just saying it, right?
Yeah.
And with the wrestling backdrop, then you know, should we just go over the plot and I guess go over the characters and what we felt about them?
Hell yeah.
All right. You know what? So let me ask you. I guess overall we like what we have. We'll just say like the lead main character, Meg, or what's it called? Megu, right? All right. So Megu. Then you have.
Sorry to cut you off. The only reason why I remember the character's name, is because of one of my favorite lady wrestlers growing up was Megumi Kudo from FMW. So if it wasn't for Megumi Kudo, I would not remember her name either.
Yo, rest in peace.
No, she's not dead.
No, I just, you know what it was? I was like, all right, if she's dead, it'll be a nice moment. If she's not, it'll be great.
like, did something happen?
He's like, dude, you didn't even know her name, and you're telling me she's dead?
Rest in peace. Wow. But yeah, so Megumi Kudo from FMW, like, you know, she was like the death match princess of the 90s. So yeah, so Megu was watching her sister work, and just like in real life, her top came off during a match, and her mask she was unmasked, which is an automatic disqualification. So I'm gonna write these guys at I guess they're owned by Toei now, but I'm gonna write to the production company, Nikatsu. Don't censor me, YouTube. I said Nikatsu. So I'm gonna write to them and say that Megu's sister should have won her match by disqualification, and you know what? She gave up. The sister gave up, and she started fucking her boss.
Yeah, right. That was kind of crazy. Like her arc, she definitely was like she only shows up like in the beginning and then right at the end. I mean, so, you know, she's supportful. I mean, she was supportive. You know, she's like, hey, you know, since you got a match, I'll come through, even though my whole career got destroyed.
I'm wondering, like, I know this is a Skin and Max level, whatever, but that sex scene with the sister and her boss, like her ass was on his belly, and we're like, that's the penetration right there. It's kind of like the sex scene in the room.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, definitely took shades from Westell right there.
Yeah, because that's, you know, that's where the secret G spot is, right there, boom. In case you ladies don't know.
And I was gonna say, actually, just for the listeners out there, as perspective, yeah, that's pretty much a lot of sex scenes are a lot of naval action, a lot of the humping and stuff like that. Very, they never really show any genitals. Only
no, they don't. And then I think I don't know. I think it was Megu. Like they show like the second her groin region was exposed, boom, instant blur, and in this movie there was a lot of blurring. Snoopy got blurred, the thing got blurred, and someone else got blurred.
Mickey Mouse and Winnie the Pooh.
So yeah, so this for an exploitation film, they were not messing around with.
Disney or Marvel, they were like, listen, you guys got it. Don't take our film down.
Please keep us. So yeah, so Megu sees her sister do the job in a match, and her rival was cheering on. Actually, because I think the opening match was the Delta Dolls
versus the
Black Horse.
Yeah.
And I guess that's also the name of the match at the end too. So maybe the sister was like her college thing. But then again, Megu's tag team partner, she said she was running this team for 10 years. Like what are you doing? Like Like this is a college. This is a college class, right? Or college course.
Yeah, it's a college club.
It's a college club. So like, why are you still there after 10 years? So,
Well,
so that's I can't believe this porn movie has so many plot holes. So Megu is a Christian somehow. Goes to university. She goes to Shima University. She meets Captain Phimosis.
Yes. And then for Phimosis, you learned something today.
I did.
I didn't even look it up. I was kind of like, I figured just like from context, I was like, okay, but like to actually really know the definition.
Cause
you want to rip it? You want to go ahead and like?
No, I'm just gonna put the graphic up and let people read it because I can't read it. It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
So the graphic's gonna go here or here. I always forget where.
Just
I put
put it
the
right in the middle, right over our faces, just right there. Just while we're talking this whole time, so you can read it.
Just a drawing of Phimosis. When you think of Phimosis, think of Hakim. So somehow I missed the how, like maybe because I'm a little stoned. Somehow Megu accidentally joins the women's club, and like she tries to like not be a wrestler.
So yeah, basically the manager for the wrestling club,
Japanese
like,
Velma.
Yes, actually, and then like basically the nerd. So and all she's pretty, and the only difference is she has glasses on. But
she gets a heartfelt speech about how she can't find a man because she's a nerd with glasses, even though she just had sex with two dudes like the scene previously.
But it's hard on her for her.
She has glasses. Who's gonna want to date someone with glasses?
But she lures her in, and then from there she's like, for like the first part of her being part of that club, she is just trying to escape nonstop, which, to be fair, she just got beat up. That's it. Like, literally, like, the way they recruited her was, like, they beat her up. It's like, you pass. Like, you can take a bump. All right, girl. We need you.
The actress, whose name I'm going to butcher, that plays Megu. Give me 1 second. Cast. Natsuko Yamamoto.
Okay, sounds pretty good.
Good bumper. You'll never see this podcast. You never hear this podcast. You'll never understand what a podcast is. But I just want to put it on record. Good bumps. Good judo bumps. Good forward rolls. I mean, terrible back bump, but I mean, it's a sucky bump. But the rest, good job. So she gets her ass kicked, and they're just like, you got your ass kicked. Welcome to the team. And she's like, I don't want to be in the team.
Yeah, and then just like constantly just trying to escape from them. But then like, I'm trying to think. So like, from there, I feel like they introduce the longtime neighbor,
the dressmaker,
yeah.
And they never let us know what's the age gap, and maybe that's just me being how I am. It's just too focused on that because he tells her, I've seen your mom change your diapers. So like originally I'm like, oh well, that means he's like 20 years older than her. He's her mom's age. Then maybe this is just neighbors. Maybe he's only 5 years older and still saw that. I don't know. So anyway, I was hyper focused on that. The sex scene in the ring.
Yeah, crazy enough, I remember like, okay, this scene's about to come up, so I told you right, like just fast forward, no point. Man, that was a lot longer than I remember it was.
So when you're by yourself, you're just like, okay, this is a good time. And then when you're watching porn with another person, time goes still.
when you watch pornography with the boys,
time just works differently.
But it definitely was like that moment where it almost felt like watching with a parent, where I was just like, I'm sorry, man. I didn't want you.
Well, I do remember seeing your parents change your diapers growing up. And now here we are many years later watching porn together. So it was crazy because they blurred out Snoopy, they blurred out the Thing, they blurred out, everything else. But during the in-ring orgy scene, who do I see a lot? Inoki, Baba, pictures of Tiger Mask, pictures of Hulk Hogan. So Hulk Hogan, who I'm a huge fan of, is technically in a Japanese porno movie, and I bet you he has no clue.
Yeah, no.
So
I'm pretty sure if we told him to, he'd be like, "Oh, brother, I was there."
He's like, I produced it. I financed that.
Exactly.
Camera number 2 taught her how to bump me. You know, Hiro Matsudo is my trainer. He broke my leg, and as a shoot, I broke his niece, Natsuko Yamamoto's ankle. Boom, nailed it. So they build up the rivalry between.
Real quick, I didn't think you were gonna keep going. I thought you were like just broke her, and then like you said the ankle. I was like, oh, excuse me.
Yeah, he broke her ankle just like he claimed Hiro Matsudo broke his ankle. You know, I think Hiro Matsudo just twist like gave him a.
He shoots him. He shot him up.
Yeah, but I don't think he actually broke his leg, but I think he did give him like a some sort of strain in the meniscus area. You know that's why an injury that'll keep you off for like 6 weeks versus like a broken ankle keep you off for like a long ass fucking time.
Yeah.
So I like how they set up the rivalry between the two girls, Megu and Shinobu. That's the heel's name.
Damn, I feel like they never said her name.
I think they did, and I was just like, I didn't think that was a boy's. I thought that was a boy's name when that name was mentioned. But now reading it here, I'm like, okay, I am just woefully ignorant. So I like the rivalry is set up where Shinobu's constantly stealing Megu's man, and there was a scene in this movie where, the old dude, the dressmaker, whose name I'm not gonna find here. And I mean, it's here. I have a list of names here, but I'm not gonna get it. So we're gonna call him the dressmaker.
Yeah, okay, we just go by their like main character attribute.
Yeah. So the dressmaker and the heel, the lady heel, they have sex, and then later, she breaks into I don't know if she breaks into, but she's in Megu's house, and she's like, "This is what he did to me," and that was like shot for shot. A reminder of one of my first adult films I've ever seen, starring Julianne Sands of Warlock fame, in which the same thing happened. He has sex with a girl, and then has to revenge the girl. Simulates the exact same positions with the chick. But so this movie, how much did this movie cost you? If you don't mind me asking.
No, not at all. Like $6.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I was expecting like a lot of money.
Like how much?
I have no idea. Because we reviewed the Guide Girls documentary, and if you want the actual DVD, that's just $295.
No, crazy.
Yeah. So that's why I was expecting a lot more money because of that. But I guess over at Sloppy Seconds sales,
yeah,
they have good deals, and
got the whole thing for He's like, the same reason why this movie censored Mickey, dog, man, chill out, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta chill. You get who?
Not to blur you.
Oh man, you know what's crazy too? Because I know you're gonna like censor that, so people are gonna be like, "What the fuck did he say?"
How perverted could that movie be? And I'm gonna let you people know, it's as perverted as you think it is.
Damn, with all that context, technically, yeah, making and everything. All right.
So I like the fight scene, where the girls are watching Riki Dozan. So technically, even Riki Dozan's in a fucking porno. So they're watching an old 1950s, 1960s Riki Dozan match, and a riot breaks out, and they have like a riot in the street where you can tell they're stealing shots. Like the camera crew is like, we're filming here, and the extras aren't extras. They're like real life pedestrians watching this terrible movie being made, where they purposely they see guys with boxes. They're walking down the street. You see guys walking down the street. Purposely give them the pounce. And this movie was fun for $6. That changed my opinion a lot, to be honest.
Oh really?
Yeah, because when I was like, oh fuck it, it's like $60 to $100. I'm not gonna remember.
Fuck no.
I'm not gonna recommend this movie to anybody.
Why would I even buy it for that much? Jeez,
I don't know. I do not know the depths of your depravity.
Jeez. Did I say this was like kind of like let me just add it up, like might as well like purchase.
Yeah, what's another $60 between us?
Like, jeez, dude.
So all right, for $6 possibly at sloppysecondsales.com, promo code Osama for 0% off. Okay,
I'm gonna plug the shit out of that site.
but I'm gonna tag them on the Twitter if there is a Twitter. If I have a Twitter. So yeah, $6. Hell yeah, seek this movie out and watch it. Okay. Now it's a whole hard recommendation because before it was a very tepid like $60.
It's just one of those things. Like definitely, like listen, you got no problem. Like, and just as a laugh,
Yeah.
it has like, it's just a 80s wrestling like sex comedy.
So if you like movies like Ski School or Revenge of the Nerds, and if you're like into nostalgia, because there's a scene where they're like at a Japanese disco and they're playing like Japanese disco music,
almost like YouTube free music. Like that's that quality level.
So it's like if you're into Joshi and if you're a perv.
All right.
like all the other stuff, yeah. And I figure if you don't give a shit about women's wrestling and you're a perv, then yeah, this movie $6. Go for it. Go nuts.
I mean, yeah, that was right.
So how many times have you seen this movie?
Second time.
This is the second time. Wow, for $6.
God, that's immense value. So anytime you use a product, right? You kind of like you keep splitting the price in half, right? So now it's like, or you divide the price by that, like how many times you use it. So it's like, all right, twice, all right, it was $3.
Yeah.
Very good. So I watched this movie 6 times, buddy, win the money.
Just 6 more times to go.
But I guess that's pretty much final thoughts, right?
Let's go with final thoughts. You go first. What are your final thoughts about this movie?
Hey, I'm glad you fucked with it. Definitely was just like, I remember watching it, just first time watching it. Like I remember when the chick was like opening scene, like tits were out, and I was like, "Fuck that, bye." But then like as like actual plot happened, I was like, "Okay, I'm chilling." Like, and it was I think it's funny. I think it's just like it's definitely a sign of its time and like just like exploitation film. You already know what it is. So I like that, and I'm glad you fucked with it.
Yeah, and this is funny because this company. The company that made the movie eventually got bought out by Toei.
Okay, so they ever make like a multiverse? Technically, these girls are part of it.
Yeah, it's weird because like at the time, this company was known for doing like these type of movies. Like the chick that played Megu, she's in a movie called like Nuns. I got it, gang. I'll just edit it. She's in some movies called Lesbians in Uniform. That's her first movie. Lesbians in Uniform Part 2. Then this movie. Then then she pretty much ended her career with the Shogunate's Harem.
Yeah. The Shogun's Harem. The Shogunate's. Oh. Yeah. So it's just her. It was her harem. Oh, watch out.
What? She's the Shogunate?
Yeah, maybe. Click on it, bro.
And then she did nothing. She did nothing for 20 years and did a movie called Kami no Hidare Akumi no Migite, which is a horror movie, I guess.
Oh, wow. For her.
I don't know if it's an exploitation horror movie or just a horror movie.
It's a 5.2. Sounds about right. All right.
So the Shogunate's Harem, which reminds me of my least favorite anime genre, harem.
Yeah, harems are awesome, guys. Well, obviously, it's totally male fantasy, and it's like it's kind of bullshit, of course, just to like have that many people have affection over you like that. But
you know what?
I had nothing to defend.
But you know what's funny about like the fact that I hate harem comedies? I hate harem animes, I should say. My favorite anime of all time is a harem one, and it might be like the OG harem one.
Tenchi?
Yeah. Is that the OG harem?
Well, I think about it as the OG harem.
Yeah, like that's like my favorite, and yet I fucking hate that genre. So like, there's my inner conflict.
Just like Tenchi was like a very
It was story based and hilarious.
It was almost like it's like definitely like the OG harem, but it's like it plays less like a harem and more like shonen. But that just so happens because like Tenshi's the main character, so he's the most powerful character, and then the rest of the cast props him up. But because this is an all-female cast, you're able to have that love interest instead of Dragon Ball Z, where it's like, oh, I beat your ass, now you're my homie. Literally, Goku's whole story, like everybody, like even Krillin, like everybody, he's fought all of them.
Yeah,
and they're his homies and stuff like that. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you like Dragon Ball Z, you like harems.
Harem is Dragon Ball Z is pretty much homoerotic harem. There, I said it.
But all right. Thanks for having me over. That was fun.
Now my face is about to get blurred by so on that happy note, that's just. I don't know.
All right, no. What's your exit? Go ahead. Thank you for watching, and then what? Like,
stay tuned next week, and we just do a freeze frame. Thank you for watching. Do.
oh, freeze frame. Sorry.
And then we stay like this for 30 minutes, and then like what I do is I edit it to look like 2 seconds, but we're actually frozen for 30 minutes.
All right, sounds great. And then Snoopy, no, he can't be here. Yo, Disney don't fuck around.
What?
Yeah, they censored Snoopy and Mickey.
It's not because of racism, it's just because whatever.
Yeah, sure.
I have no idea.
Hard through it, go ahead.
She's the nerd. She's the nerd that was on the bicycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're following her.
Okay, because to be honest, like even to this day, if you ask me who's Matt Jackson, who's Nick Jackson, I have no fucking clue.
I think Matt Jackson was bald, right? Bald buck.
Bald
Yeah. Yeah. Again, a lot of stuff, like, I'm telling you, now the second watch through, now it's kind of like, there's an aspect of it where it's like, it kind of like, it's kind of believable, some of the stuff.
Well, let's see, because I said we just did the Guy or Girl documentary last week, so let's see.
What do you mean, Diego? That was yesterday. No,
Can't pay, brother. The actors did a judo bump.
The in-ring work is very bare minimum, but like it's surprising for like, you know.
Well, the fact that there's no stunt woman.
Yeah.
Like she just did the 2 judo bumps and took a slam.
Kind of like exploitation classes, right? Where he's like, no, you're the actor for all this. Like you're doing all this, girl. Like.
Oh. Her sister's the one that got unmasked.
Yep, that's the one that put on the.
I was wondering, like,
and then that's why she fetched out the
I
mask
was
from
wondering,
the river.
I'm like, what a fucking coincidence that she had the
coincidence.
Okay, now it makes more sense. Yeah, this is actually the scene that I saw.
I was about to say, yeah,
like,
this is like it's about to happen.
And I was just like, there's an Oki Baba, and then I'm like, wait, what's happening? That's how they pay their dues.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like there's Tiger Mask and Hulk Hogan. So they keep them, but they don't blur out the rest. Oof.
Yeah, go ahead, read it for the class.
Oof.
So what does the main male lead have? What's his ailment?
Phimosis. The condition in which the foreskin of the penis cannot stretch to allow it to be pulled back. As a balloon-like swelling under the foreskin may occur with urination. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna play this. I'm DJing Peter Six Letter. I'm just gonna play this song on loop for the entire day.
They're not married?
Not yet. They're like September 14th.
Damn,
Yeah.
exciting. Damn,
He-
that blue ball hard as fuck.
He looks both 20 years older than her and 2 years older than her at the same time.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's like attempted murder going on right there. That is attempted murder happening right now. That's a dude.
Okay,
I
this
do
is
like-
kind of crazy what's about to happen, but like, it's so foul, like, not for nothing.
Doesn't say. Look like she hit her in the good bruise. That's a band name.
Look, your rival breaks your fucking hymen.
This instead of a Singapore cane. That's great. That's where the remember SummerSlam with the Total Divas? The dodgeball thing?
Nah, I wasn't watching the Dark Times.
It was embarrassing. Like that's all they had for the women during a SummerSlam. It was like real divas versus the tough enough divas or whatever, the diva search.
Yeah.
And they had like a volleyball thing. It was a shoot volleyball thing. And Michelle McCool, she was still a tough enough diva, and she fucking murked everybody.
Damn, that's why Undertaker right there. That was the moment Undertaker was like, oh.
No, like a cat just came out of Megan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never Devil's Three-Way?
Never Devil's Three-Way. Oh, that's the Devil's Three-Way?
Yeah, 2 guys, 1 girl.
Never.
She's like, I want my whole face, girl.
I have glasses. Who's gonna want to have sex with me? Despite having sex with 2 guys about 10 minutes ago. Terrible bumper.
Yo,
I have no idea what this
more
is.
power to you to do this mental gymnastics for him.
Good for him.
No, trust me, when I first, like, I remember when I was watching it, I was like...
Oh, the cat that came out of her vagina. Why are Japanese dudes always portrayed as dorks?
Yeah.
Like, I get like are American movies being racist to like make them look like dorks?
With their own?
But their own to make themselves look like dorks? Like, what are you doing? You have the power to make at least one of these dudes look cool.
Well, I was gonna say, somebody has to be a dork for this, because the other guys are kind of like... You have the pervy crew that are the judges.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
They just keep shooting on the same block over and over again.
They're like, alright, we have a whole day of filming. Look at these kids trying to be in the movie.
Follow that camera.
This character development, you don't want to see our boy with this fucking...
Phimosis. Oh, he's in pain. Yeah, I don't think I want to beat him for it. Is that a shoot? Like,
That's a shoot, brother. That's a shoot. I'm telling you, there's like a sub like plot with that where it's just like she only mentions it like twice, and it's like just let's keep watching.
remember that show? You remember the Man Show?
Yeah.
Girls on trampolines. Like as a kid, like yeah, this show's the best. As an adult, I'm like, I'm embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed.
Mil Moscatus. I have a Mil Moscatus. That's my first time I ever seen like lesbians on screen, and I'm like,
you're like, whoa.
no, it's just like they're just play. To me, I'm being a dumb kid. I'm like, they're just play having sex.
As a kid, you were like, lesbians can have sex. Like, two girls can have sex.
I was like,
with each
there's no penis involved. They're just pretending.
other. Dude, actually super embarrassing. I was like really young when I first saw my first porno. And like when the guy came in it, I thought it was fake. Because there was like a couple of us watching, you know, like go to a friend's house and he put it on. And I was like, literally, he like, I didn't know about ejaculation.
I thought it was urine the first time I saw it.
Oh, cool, alright, I don't feel so... That's what's up, dude. He's literally, I was just like, what the fuck, how do you get that to happen?
I mean, I was about 24 when I first saw it, but still.
She's sleeping with her boss, by the way, earlier.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh, okay.
Like, I could read.
Killing it right now, dude. Look at you. You're invested. You're part of this world. That's it. You're in it.
He dumped me. I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, you're in it. Dump you, girl.
Wow, way to recreate history. I bet you she's a Pisces.
This is real heat right here. Look at that. Your man made this.
I have a new man. Look at him. I mean,
Look
don't
at that
look at him.
Look at this bitch. So this love this. Pretty Joshi, yeah, you know, like now.
Shit right
Yeah, like.
Honestly, like after seeing the Joshi match is exactly how it was. You know?
Exactly. Like, yeah, bro, this shit's legit.
Ooh,
Nice.
From that top angle, looks scary. Like I thought she was gonna crush her face. Pretty rough. It's actually a dangerous spot. Because if one of them is off, the other one can just go right through the ropes. Tres bien. They're speaking French now? Oh, table spot. A damn good one.
You're like, damn, alright, this is kind of competitive. Dude, look at these fucking guys.
They're gonna come on naked.
Nah, not naked.
It's fake. It's like zombies.
See where they get there, like, you know?
Like a crossbody block or something. Oh wait, military press. Like she's getting beaten up, insert tampon, military press.
There you go. Alright. Alright, Booker man.
We'll figure four. You got to do one time my little girl put me in there and that shit fucking hurt. Alright, Nerd's gonna throw a tampon into the ring. Come on, Nerd. Come on, Phimosis, boy.
Right, there it is.
Come to the rescue. Come to the rescue, Phimosis. You got 5 minutes to find that tampon.